A very sweet sound of the morning to you. Today is the eighth day in the month of August, year 2022. And I say, how are you doing? How was the weekend? It's good to know you are there. This is Radio TNT 102.5 FM, situated along Agashek Road in Ijagu, Kwara State. And you know when it is 7 to 8 on the AM side, it is time for the program, a newspaper review program tagged the mainstream Sunday to Saturday. We are always there to get you informed to make sure you know what is happening in Nigeria and, of course, what is happening in your neighborhood. And you also get to be part of the program on behalf of the executive producer, Al Aji Yemi Zabar. I say welcome one, welcome all. Here's the beginning of another working week. We are set today again to take you across Nigeria by the national dailies. I won't be doing this alone this morning. To start with, I am OLAOYE SEUN Fadiora, and here with me this morning is
Yours truly, Nelson OLAOYE. Once again, I wish you a lovely Monday morning, 8th of August 2022. Let's take a breather now to return with headlines to the stories we have on the table. You don't touch the dial.
Yes, many thanks for not touching the dial. Now we are set to save you headlines making by reading from Daily Post newspaper. Speak more against killings in Southeast. Buhari tasks religious leaders.
Nigeria attracting positive global attention, says Buhari.
Biafra. Buhari government told to immediately comply with UN recommendations on Namdi Kanu.
And another one, Jam threatens sanction over illegal admission.
Respect rights of arrested northerners. They are unarmed. Islamic group tells Amoteco.
No going back on Buhari's impeachment, aggrieved lawmakers say.
Security only exists in heaven. Buhari has delivered. And this is according to Keyamo.
Jam, we have another headline to the stories that are making the rounds. Soldiers, Amatekun comb forest for Lautech student killers.
Nigerian governors under fire for advising Buhari to retire civil servants above 50 years.
And another one, we have the 6 month strike. PTA demands FG ASU parents comfort.
Still serving you headlines this morning. Politicians recruiting cultists, ex-convicts to cause trouble in rivers, and this is according to Wiki.
Security operatives kill 8 bandits in Plateau.
Peter Obi meets Fayose in Lagos.
Upgrade Abuja to state. FCT monarchs beg federal government.
Troops kill terrorist leader, 8 others in Katsina.
Nigeria's freedom of expression attracting global attention. That's according to the president.
Insecurity, Bauchi lawmaker wants Nigerians to embrace tourism to foster national unity.
On insecurity, still, Niger Assembly seeks suspension of LG election.
Respect for okay, I beg your pardon. Adeleke camp accuses Osun government of not cooperating with transition committee.
I will continue to speak for Nigeria, says Sanusi.
Fines won't end insecurity in Nigeria. Northern media owners to FG.
UTME mop-up exam cost JAM over 100 million naira, says Oloyede.
Still taking stories from the registrar. Also strike. Delaying decisions means postponing evil day. And this is according to JAM registrar.
Ilan market closed as ex-IG Balogun is buried.
Police arrest man accused of drugging, robbing 30 women in Lagos.
Nigerians killers in southeast won't go unpunished, says Buhari.
2023, Keyamo lists Buhari's achievements Tinubu will improve on if elected president.
And another one on the program this morning, the mainstream on TNT 102.5 FM, Abiodun Amoson in Word of Words.
Rep Speller demands investigation, visit families of Otelia, Lautech students murdered by kidnappers.
Buhari's nephew dams APC after losing re-election ticket.
Now dissolves Asefon-led leadership, fixes August 12th to inaugurate new ESCO.
That's how far we can go with deadlines that we are tracking for you on the program, The Mainstream. We'll take another break, a very quick one. We'll return. We'll bring you the details to the headlines you've listened to, and we'll add many more. You don't touch the dial. We'll just be right back.
Yes, it's good to know you are still there. And in case you're just joining us, this is Radio TNT 102.5 FM. And this is the program, The Mainstream. And having said your headlines making the round, it is time for you to listen to details of selected ones. From the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Speak more against killings in Southeast. Buhari attacks religious leaders. Youth there, President Muhammadu Buhari has asked community and religious leaders to condemn and stand up against killings in the southeast. Buhari said this in a statement by his media aide, Malam Garba Shehu, on Saturday in Abuja. The president assured that all possible measures and investigations were being conducted to bring the perpetrators to justice. Buhari's reaction came amidst reports of the killing of six Nigerian citizens and policemen at their duty post. He expressed his administration's unwavering commitment to peace and stability in the southeast and the entire country, saying that the report of killings anywhere was sad and unwelcome. The president condoled with the families of the law enforcement agents killed and to the government and people of Niger Republic whose citizens were beheaded. This is coming to you from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Speak more against killings in Southeast. Buhari task religious leaders.
Until the Punch newspaper, Nigeria attracting positive global attention, says Buhari. President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday expressed delight that Nigeria is attracting positive international attention as a country that promotes media freedom and freedom of expression. He said this was premised on the government's understanding of the important roles that information literacy and media education play in sustainable development. According to a statement signed by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, Buhari said this while pledging his full support for three major international events scheduled to hold in Nigeria in October and November this year. The events include the 2022 UNESCO Global Media Information Literacy Week in Abuja in October, the first global conference on cultural tourism and creative industry in Lagos, as well as the second Global Association of Literary Festivals Conference, Abeokuta, in November. More to the story, if you're interested, you check on today's edition of the Punch newspaper. Nigeria attracting positive global attention. This is according to the president, Muhammadu Buhari.
And still taking stories from the Daily Post newspaper talking security matters. Fines won't end insecurity in Nigeria. Northern Media Owners to FG. The Northern Broadcast Media Owners Association has advised the federal government to extend media. The National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) fined Trust TV 5 million naira for its documentary Nigeria's Banditry: The Inside Story. MultiChoice Nigeria Limited (DSTV) owners, NTA StarTimes Limited, and Telecom Satellite Limited (TSTV) were also fined 5 million naira each for airing BBC's The Bandit Warlords of Zamfara. In a statement on Saturday, NBMOA acting chairman Abdullahi Yawa stressed that the fines would not end the insecurity in Nigeria. The association urged the NBC to rescind the decision and build synergy between the media and the government. Yawa said the Trust TV documentary was judged to be balanced, fair, and ethical, even though the NBC deemed it to have glorified banditry and breached national security. He noted that an objective review of the film would reveal the depth, ingenuity, patriotism, and professionalism of its procedures. The statement added that the positive takeaways, if properly harnessed by all concerned, would go a long way in aiding the understanding of the ecosystem of banditry in Nigeria. Well, you can pick up today's edition of the Daily Post newspaper, and this is the headline: Fines won't end insecurity in Nigeria. Northern media owners to FG.
I'm going to the Nigerian Tribune with the headline onto the story. Security agent launch manhunt for killers of LaTeX final year student, two others. A combined security team of the Joint Security Task Force in Oyo State, otherwise known as Operation Burst, and Western Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, yesterday stormed forest in Aba, Surulere local government area, Oyo, in search of the killers of the final year student of the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Lautech Bomashaw, the hotelier, and one other person. Community dwellers became apprehensive with the evidence of the combined security team on Sunday. Nigerian Tribune correspondent, however, gathered that the invasion has led to the arrest of some suspect, whilst arms and ammunition have been recovered. A hotel within the community, which is suspected to be the base of the criminals, has been allegedly destroyed. Also, a makeshift shop by a tea vendor, popularly known as Métis, was said to have been used as an armory for some of the criminals, and some guns and bullets hidden there were reportedly uncovered by the security agent. The commandant of Amatekun Corps in Oyo State, Colonel Olayinka Adeyanju, when contacted, told journalists that a clearance operation is going on in the area. Recall that gunmen had on the 28th of July abducted a hotelier, Mr. Olugbenga Olabi, a final year student of Lautech, Rachel Opadele, and killed them after collecting a 5 million naira ransom. This is a report well written on today's edition of the Nigerian Tribune paper, and here comes the headline to the star. Security agents launch manhunt for killers of Lautech final year student to others.
From the Nation newspaper now, and still talking security matters, how we are tackling insecurity. And this is according to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu yesterday listed measures his administration is taking to curtail insecurity in the state. The governor was a guest on Channels TV where he identified security as the bedrock of any government. He reiterated that the government was not waiting on anybody before it secures its people, and so it is taking proactive steps to build on the regular security architecture. Sanwo-Olu reiterated that the government is working to ensure security agencies have access to deliverables that can make their work easier. According to him in court, in the last 3.5 years, we have been supporting all the security architecture in the state. We have given over 260 vehicles to the police and extended similar gestures to other security outfits under the OP Mesa arrangement. The state security is not cheap, and it is not something that we are starting today. We started from day one ensuring that our security officers are motivated and have equipment and logistics support. We also work with intelligence that we get from the grassroots through the Lagos Neighborhood Security Corps (NLSC). This we transmit to the appropriate security outfit and they take up action. On the Okada menace, Governor Sanwo-Olu caught the administration eye, saying there has been a significant drop in the number of accidents as well as traffic robbery. The governor also stressed that his administration has fixed the Apapa gridlock menace, saying the Nigerian Ports Authority, businesses, and residents in the area have
Deadline again. Governor's advice on leaner public service rattles labor experts. And there are riders. Number one, cash-starved governors seeking premature retirement for selfish reasons. Another rider, move would demoralize workers, affect productivity. Another one, FG cannot be trusted with the payments of severance benefits. Incentivize, incentivize OPS to revitalize the economy. Government urged demand and inflation adjusted pay rise. And then the last rider, revive manufacturing sector to boost the local economy. Experts tell the government. Here are the details. There are worries that the living conditions of Nigerian civil servants will further deteriorate if the federal government accepts the governor's proposal calling for the premature retirement of civil servants who are above 50 years. This comes as the labor unions and members of the organized private sector of Nigeria kicked against the proposal, saying the federal government cannot be trusted with the payment of severance benefits to workers whose jobs the advice would put on the line. The governors had proposed the measure as part of the coordinated effort to instill fiscal discipline and prevent the country from imminent economic collapse. In their proposal, the governors had reportedly urged the president, Muhammadu Buhari, to begin the implementation of the updated Stephen Orasaye report, which recommended the measure and shutdown of agencies and parastatals with duplicated functions as a way to efficiency and reduce the cost of governance. There is a lot more to this report, and you want to read more to it, check on today's edition of the Guardian newspaper. Governor's advice on leaner public service rattles labor exports.
Now talking educational matters, strike. We can no longer enter into unimplementable agreements, says FG. And this is on one of the pages of the Vanguard newspaper. Now the details. The federal government has said it would no longer succumb to any form of blackmail and intimidation that will make it enter into agreements with unions that will be difficult to implement. The government's position is coming on the heels of the face-off between it and the four university-based unions that culminated in a strike, which has lingered for about 6 months. Recall that the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, had commenced a month-warning strike on February 14, 2022, over the alleged inability of the federal government to attend to some of the concerns it raised and had continuously been rolling over the strike after its expiration. The three non-teaching staff unions, the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANO, the Non-Academic Staff Union of Allied and Educational Institutions, NASU, and the National Association of Academic Technologists, NAT, also proceeded on strike a few weeks after ASU downed tools. Some of the contentious issues yet to be resolved between the federal government and the unions include the non-release of the revitalization fund, non-payment of earned allowance, and renegotiation of the 2009 agreement, among others. To resolve the impasse, the government set up the Professor Nimi Briggs Renegotiation Committee to interface with the four unions. However, Vanguard was told that the federal government has vowed not to enter any agreement that would be unimplementable. Multiple sources of the Ministry of Finance, National Income, Salaries and Wages Commission, as well as the Accountant General Office of the Federation, told Vanguard that the government wanted to be careful in order not to sign an agreement that would be difficult to implement. One of the sources who spoke on condition of anonymity said in quote, the federal government will no longer be blackmailed to sign any agreement that will be unimplementable before all the necessary government advisory team, including the Ministry of Finance, the Budget Office, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, and the National Income, Salaries and Wages Commission, will sit together and take a decision that would not lead to another crisis. A very long one from the Vanguard newspaper, and this is the headline: Strike. We can no longer enter into unimplementable agreements, says FG.
Until the Punch newspaper is still revolving around the strike, 6 months now. PTA demands FG ASU parents comfort. Deadline again. On the 6 month ASU strike, PTA demands FG ASU parents comfort. The National Association of Parents Teachers Association of Nigeria has advised the federal government to convene a tripartite meeting of parents, academic staff union of universities ASU, and government so as to resolve the ongoing strike by the university teachers. This was against the backdrop of the request from the federal government that parent associations should appeal to ASU to call off its strike, while the government insisted that it did not have funds to meet the union's demands. Speaking in an interview with The Punch on Sunday, NAPTAN President Mr. Aruna Danjuma explained that it was improper to ask the association to beg ASU, adding that the government should meet ASU's demands. He said, quote, if the government is saying parents should meet with ASU, over what? ASU didn't direct their request to PTA. They directed their demands to the government, their employer. FG has been meeting with ASU. They know what ASU wants, we also know what ASU wants through what we read. Let the government look into the demands. It is then the parents can say, ASU, please consider the right for NAPTAN to meet with ASU just like that. We have been begging ASU, we're not begging them again. But if the government says PTA, NAPTAN, ASU come, then we are ready. The government should organize a meeting with the parent bodies of public and private schools, basic and higher institutions. Let government arrange for a tripartite meeting. We will go there and say something. After all, they are our children. If it requires us to kneel down and beg government and ask you to arrive at something, we are ready to do that. And I appeal to the government and ask you to arrive at something. There is an interesting report there, well written, on today's edition of The Punch. 6 months ASU strike. PTA demands FG.
Still talking ASU. FG is informing Nigerians about our demands, says ASU. The Academic Universities ASU has accused the federal government of misinforming Nigerians about their demands, just as it said that it never had its bad with past administrations as far as negotiations are concerned. The ASU president, Professor Emmanuel Oshodike, disclosed this while reacting to the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo's claim that it was unrealistic for the federal government to borrow money to end the 5-month-old strike. Oshodeke, in an interview with The Guardian in Abuja, said that the claim by Keyamo that ASU was demanding 1.1 trillion naira to end the industrial action is false. It therefore urged the federal government to stop misinforming Nigerians. According to him, in quote, we have never had it this bad in the history of Nigeria because we never had any situation where we would have an agreement with the government only for the government same to disappear. We've never had it this bad. He said, we're not saying give answer this morning. We are saying refurbish Nigerian universities in such a way that it can attract students from all over the world. That's the major thing we are asking for. It's not about us. We are asking for that money for Nigerian students, Nigerian parents. The money is for building infrastructure, upgrading libraries, hostels, and lecture theaters so that students will not be having lectures through windows, so that students will not be sitting on the floor during lectures. That's what we are asking for. Just like we have in other countries, even our neighbors here, Benin Republic and Ghana. That's what we are asking for. The ASU president added that, in quote, we also think that lecturers must earn competitive so that we can have lecturers from all over the world come to our universities to teach, just like we are going outside. Those are the things that we are asking for. Oshodege said that negotiations with the government have not been fruitful, owing to the actions of some government officials at the federal level. On 2 occasions, we have negotiated and reached an agreement with the team that was set up to meet with us, which did not come from outer space. A team that was set up by the president. On both occasions, the government will not come back to us, but will go out and start misinforming the public. Honestly, we have not had it this bad since ASU started having issues with the government. The federal government agreed to inject a total of 1.3 trillion naira into public universities, both state and federal, in six tranches, starting in 2013. After the union decried the deplorable state of the institutions, well, a very, very
A
long
very
one
long one
there.
indeed.
Very detailed there.
Absolutely, I can
So,
imagine.
for parents' interest, in fact, this, you don't have to, in as much you're a Nigerian, you should be interested in this
There's been a
story
back and forth between
because,
ASU and the federal government.
and the strike, we don't see a light at the end of the channel right now because there is no form of agreement yet between the government and ASU.
And there is, out of the three stakeholders, let me just call them three: federal government, parent, and federal government, ASU, and the students,
Students.
the ones suffering the most.
The students,
Absolutely.
sure.
Let's,
Some people have already had plans. Okay, I'm going to finish my education, maybe 2022, but now you don't even know when. So you can read up from the Guardian newspaper.
all right, now let's go to the punch. No going back on Buhari's impeachment. This is according to some aggrieved lawmakers. The opposition lawmakers in the National Assembly have said there is no going back on their resolve to impeach the president, Muhammadu Buhari, if he fails to address the insecurity in the country within 6 weeks. The lawmakers, in separate interviews with the Punch on Sunday, dismissed a report that they backed down on the plan to remove the president after the expiration of the 6 week ultimatum handed down on the 7th of July. The Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, had come under ferocious assault by terrorists who launched separate attacks on troops on the Kuje Medium Security Custodial Center. The militant attacked the President Guard Brigade troops at Buhari Kubwa Road, Abuja, killing a captain, lieutenant, and six soldiers, while others sustained injuries. Following the developments and the impeachment threat against the president by the opposition lawmakers, the National Assembly leadership is over the worsening insecurity in the country. Time won't permit to take everything here. It is on the punch. If you're interested, you pick up today's edition of that paper. No going back on Buhari's impeachment. This is according to some aggrieved lawmakers.
Back to the Daily Post newspaper, Adeleke camp accuses Osun government of not cooperating with transition committee. The spokesperson of Senator Ademola Adeleke, Olawale Rashid, has revealed that the Osun state government is not showing readiness to cooperate with the transition committee set up by the governor-elect. This is as the committee had also stated that the administration of Adegboyega Oyetola has not shown any sign of Transition Committee. The Ashin governor-elect had on Tuesday, July 28, 2022, inaugurated a 37-man transition committee charged with a license with the committee that will be set up by the state government to ensure a smooth. Well, Adeleke Camp accuses Ashin government of cooperating with transition committee, and this is from the Daily Post newspaper. The beauty of being a business owner is getting your products and services known to the world as well as a great profit margin. Do you want what you do to go beyond the shores of Africa? Do you want your occasion and event to get to your targeted audience without stress? Do you want your voice heard like never before? Look no further. TNT Radio 102.5 is here for you. Put your wares, products, and services right in the waiting hands of your customers when you advertise with us. We use this medium to thank our old and new listeners. We are committed to giving you the best of information, entertainment, and education always and every day. Do stay with us as we take you global. Visit our commercial unit today for announcement and advert placement. TNT 102.5 FM along at Sheffield Road, Ijabu, Kwara State, or telephone 0909 888 1025 or 0909 777 1025 or 0704 422 1025. TNT 102.5 FM radio. It's your business, our platform, and your profit.
Very possible. And that's very correct. It's your business, a platform, and your profit. You know what to do. Come along. Let's do business. And you'll be glad to get the results. And the kind of results you get will amaze you. Now, let's continue on the program. If you just joined us, this is the mainstream. It's a newspaper review program where we take a look at what is trending across the country on our national dailies. Now, I'm getting those stories closer to you there as we continue. This is on the Punch newspaper. Upgrade Abuja to state. FCT monarchs beg federal government. The leadership of traditional institutions in the Federal Capital Territory has raised concerns over the nonchalant attitude of various administrations to agitations by the indigents since 1999. They expressed surprise why it has been difficult for the government to appoint an indigene as a minister of the FCT or upgrade Abuja to a status of a state to enable the people enjoy the rights and privileges associated with the office. The traditional rulers raised the concerns at a national dialogue on the rights of FCT original inhabitants, organized by Resource Center for Human Rights and Education with the theme Building Resilience, Fostering Recovery, FCT original inhabitants and the struggle for justice, as part of the activities to mark the International Day of the World Indigenous Peoples, which comes up on the 9th of August. And this is according to the Punch. Upgrade Abuja to state. FCT monarchs beg federal government.
Reading from today's edition of the Vanguard newspaper, Ogoniland, why no shortcut is acceptable for resuming oil, gas productions, and this is according to Musa Ogoni. And now the details there. Movement for the survival of the Ogoni people, Mossop, has said that the oil pollution in Ogoni land, River State, has become too complicated to allow for any shortcut by federal government and oil and gas operators to force resumption of production in the area. Mossop, in a warning to Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, NPDC, Shell, and other key stakeholders, said any re-entry intervention which undermines the proposed path of resolving all lingering issues in dispute to allow for meaningful development and economic revival in the area, would instigate a repeat of the resistance that induced federal government's brutal repression, including infamous execution of the Ogoni Nine. Most of President Fegalo Nsuke in the statement yesterday said in court, we have proposed the operation of an Ogoni Development Authority as an acceptable path that addresses the concerns of all parties, believing dialogue would drive the process successfully and not the divide and conquer tactics, which are obviously against the spirit of a non-violent struggle. The situation in Ogoni is very complicated. Poverty is extreme and debts are on the increase. Any move to force up production without assurances on the people's interests could lead to conflict and more Ogonis will be killed, and we do not want that. For more on this headline, Ogoni land. Why no shortcut is acceptable for resuming oil gas productions, says Musab. And this is coming to you from the Vanguard newspaper.
I'm coming to you now from the Daily Trust. Call data cost to double as FG invokes new telecom tax. Call and data tariffs may increase by as much as 100%. A plan by the federal government arc consumer consumption tax on telecom services scales through. Daily Trust can report authoritatively. Daily Trust reports that the federal government had recently disclosed plan to implement a 5% excise duty tax on telecoms services, increasing the total consumption tax on telecom services to 12.5%. The new tax regime, according to industry sources, will not only affect subscribers but also add tax burden on the telecos, which will translate into a rise in tariffs. If the 5% increment is eventually implemented, industry experts say Nigerians will now be paying as much as 40 naira per minute call, up from about 20 naira, and data tariffs will also go up to about 2,500 naira per gigabyte. The finance minister who unveiled the plan at a stakeholders forum on the implementation of the excise duty on telecom services in Nigeria, organized by the Nigerian Communications Commission, and the 5% excise. She said the 5% excise duty was in the Finance Act of 2020. This is what a lot of Nigerians will be interested in. You can check on today's edition of the Daily Trust paper, and here comes the headline to the story. Call data cost to double as FG invokes new telecom tax.
Yeah, also before the advent of this technology, what means of communication were they using? I think we have to revert back to that. Maybe later
Later
writing.
on, not now, apparently.
We have to start writing later. Dear Nielsen. Okay, moving on from the Guardian newspaper. Wike politicians recruiting cultists, ex-convicts to destabilize rivers from the Guardian newspaper. River State Governor Yesom Wike has said the state has obtained intelligence reports that some misguided politicians have started recruiting cultists, ex-convicts, and thugs in furtherance of their political aspirations for 2023. The governor said the state government is aware that owners of hotels and entertainment centers are in the process of giving out their premises to politicians and political parties as a convenient base for the gathering of these political thoughts across the state. Which in a state broadcast yesterday emphasized that the government is not taking the intelligence report at its disposal lightly and will therefore not allow any politician, no matter his previous or present position, the chance or opportunity to upset the prevailing peace and security in the state. According to him, we also wish to warn owners of hotels and proprietors of relaxation centers to take notice and desist from releasing their facilities for politicians and party leaders to use to meet and plot against the peace, safety, and security of our state. The governor warned that the state government will pull down hotels and other entertainment places that are linked with such criminal political activities. This is on one of the pages of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Wike, politicians recruiting cultists, ex-convicts to destabilize rivers.
And still talking politics now, APC Forum reject Lalong's choice as Tinubu Shetima campaign DG. Some leaders and members of the APC in the north central Nigeria have kicked against the appointment of Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State as the Director General of the party's Presidential Campaign Council. The party members, under the aegis of the North Central APC Forum, expressed disappointment that Lalong accepted the offer despite effort by many people in the zone to get him a higher position in 2023. Speaking on behalf of the forum on Sunday in Jos, Saleh Zazaga said the North Central was here to produce either the president or vice in this democratic dispensation, despite contributing hugely to the democratic growth. Zizaga noted that party leaders in the zone began to converse for the vice president's slot when it became obvious that their push for the presidency could not be actualized since the APC tactically conceded the South. On the Daily Trust newspaper, APC Forum rejects Lalong's choice as Tinubu Shatima campaign DG.
Away from political matters, from the Daily Post newspaper, respect rights of arrested northerners. They are unarmed. Islamic group tells Amotekun. Muslim rights concerned Murik has urged the Southwest Security Outfit Amotekun to respect the fundamental human rights of northern travelers arrested a few days ago. Murik also called on the authorities of Amotekun to apply professional decorum in the issue and let the rule of law prevail. The Islamic group gave the advice in a statement issued on Saturday by its director, Professor Ishaq Akintola. The statement read in part about 114 northerners comprising men, women, and children were arrested in Ibadan by the Southwest Security Outfit, popularly known as Amotekun, on Tuesday. Reports reaching us indicate that those arrested are still with the Amotekun in Oyo State under the commandant, Colonel Olayinka Adeyanju. The commandant of Amotekun in Ondo State, Akogun Adetunji Adeleye, confirmed the arrest. Besides, the offense committed by these northerners have not been properly explained. Nobody has caught any weapon with them. They may be victims of the violence ravaging the north. The fact that women and children are among them shows that they may be innocent northerners looking for how to make ends meet. For more on this headline, respect rights of arrested northerners. They are unarmed. Islamic group tells Amotekun, and you can read up from the Daily Post newspaper.
Reading up from the pouch, I advise officials privately before public criticism, says Sanusi. The 14th Mayor of Kano, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, has urged Nigerian youths to wake up in their responsibilities, ask questions, demand answers, and hold public office holders accountable. Sanusi, who is known for the public criticism of government's policies he found not to be good enough, said what many did not know was that he would have advised officials privately for months before going public. The news agency of Nigeria reported that Sanusi, who is also the current Khalifa Tijaniyat movement of Nigeria, said this in Lagos on Sunday at a state play titled Emir Sanusi Truth in Time. The play was written by a professor of drama at the Redeemer University, Ahmed Yarima, and produced by the executive chairman, Duke of Shomolu Productions, Mr. Joseph Edgar. There is more to this report. I advised officials privately before public criticism. Sanusi says you can read more on the punch.
And back to educational matters, still with the Daily Post newspaper. ASU strike. Delaying decisions means postponing evil day. And this is a statement credited to the JAM registrar. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede, has appealed to striking lecturers to resume. Oloyede made the appeal on Saturday while monitoring the 2022 mock Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME). More than 42,000 candidates participated in the exercise conducted in 45 centers in 5 states. The organized for candidates who could not participate in the nationwide test, which was held in May. Oloyede appealed to parties to reach a truce to ensure affected students return to the classrooms. The registrar said even if ASU called off the strike, it would not prevent it from happening again. According to him, I believe that what we should do is to look at the system and take some hard decisions. If we do not take such decisions, then we may be postponing the evil day. Nam quoted him saying, the federal government has yet to reach an agreement with the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, said ASU knew the clear picture. ASU's proposal is 1.2 trillion naira. Their former 412 billion naira was 50% of the total wage structure of the federal government. I will tell parents and everybody, go and beg ASU, the minister advised. ASU strike, delaying decisions means postponing evil day, says JAMB registrar. And this is coming to you from the Daily Post newspaper.
Now fighter jet kills banditry kingpin followers in Katsina. A notorious banditry kingpin, Abdul Karim Lawal, alias Fraka Fraka, and many of his followers have been killed by airstrikes by the Nigerian Air Force fighter jets on some bandit enclaves in the Savannah local government area of Katsina. Daily Trust correspondent learned that the raids were carried out in the evening. The PPRO in the state, Gambo Issa, confirmed on Sunday that 8 suspected bandits, including Fraka Fraka, were killed during the raid. He also said the police on Saturday night raided a terrorist hideout at Ngwawa Dako Tadama local government area, Tadama village in Danja local government area of the state, where they rescued 6 kidnapped victims. Issa gave the names of the rescued victims as Alhaji Garuba Dam Manam, Rabiu, Idris, Abba, Samaila, who are all residents of Ungwanu. There's more to this report. Meanwhile, bandits have killed 2 members of a local vigilante group, and they have also abducted a newly wedded couple and other residents of Shola quarters in Katsina metropolis. Now fighter jet kills banditry kingpin followers in Katsina. That is written on today's edition of the Daily Trust paper.
And with that report from the Daily Trust newspaper, we come to the end of the first segment of today's edition of the program, The Mainstream. And now it is time to take feedback. We'd like to know what you feel about any of the stories read out to you, one of them, of course, and why reacting. One of the rules, and maybe the most important one, You have to be careful with your choice of words. This is one of the rules of engagement guiding the second segment. You have to be very careful with your choice of words, as no vulgar words, no form of attack on any entity or personality will be encouraged or allowed on this platform. I'm the one is trying to move away from your radio set so we can hear you clearly. And remember, it is 60 seconds per caller. In order to be part of the program this morning, the studio lines to dial are 0909 444 1025 or 0701 384 1025. You can also dial 0905 897 3138 0905 897 3138. Okay, let's see who's there. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. You, you're welcome, sir. And God bless you. Many thanks for calling, Al Aji. Good morning, Saint FM. Good morning, sir. You're welcome. Amen. Many thanks for being a part of the program. We're still picking calls this morning. Good morning. 0701 384 1025 or 0905 897 3138. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good to have you.
Okay.
Many thanks for calling, Mr. Bani Abubakar.
Hello, good morning. What's your name, please? Go ahead. Thank you very much for your comment. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining. What's your name? Go ahead. Okay. God bless you too. Thank you for calling. Hello, good morning. What's your name, please? You're welcome. Amen. Thank you very much for calling on the program, The Mainstream, this morning. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name, please? You're welcome, Alhaji.
Yes, and God bless you for being a part of the program this morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good to have you, sir. And God bless you too. Many thanks for being a part of the program. Saint FM, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good to have you, sir. Hello. Okay.
Amen. Thank you very
Amen.
much for calling, Evangelist. Hello. Good morning to you. What's your name? You're very much welcome. Go ahead.
And God bless you too. And many thanks for being a part of the program. I think we can still speak one or two more calls
Sure.
before we go. Okay? Let's reach there. Good morning. You're welcome.
Thank you too for calling. I think it's time for us to.
Yes, I will say a very big thanks to everyone who has been a part of the program. The mainstream this morning. Don't forget we are always set every day Sunday to Saturday to get you informed on the happenings across Nigeria. And this is how far we can go this today. To all those who are following us on our social media, and those will say a very big thank you to you. Till tomorrow, I am yours faithfully, Oluwaseun Fadiora. And I'm asking you to be the best version of yourself. And let us always remember to pray for Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Okay, God help Nigeria this time around.
I think all that is good. God bless Nigeria.
According to some scholars, we are already blessed.
But we need more blessings.
Okay?
And some blessings that we need more is a blessing of a secured country.
Yes.
But it's just semantics. That's just
Okay,
it.
yeah.
All right, we'll go now to return tomorrow, like my colleague has said already. You have a lovely, lovely Monday. Do remember that work is life. So put the life you've got into work. Don't be lazy at it. And when you're working, be happy working. And at the end of the day, when you take an inventory, you'll be sure. And when you count, you will see so many profits by the grace of God Almighty. Until tomorrow on the program, have a lovely, lovely day. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I'm Nelson Olaoye.